All right, Coach. Talk to me about the biggest improvement from New Mexico to Mexico State.
We played very similarly. We were dominant on the ball. We got great wing play from our outside players. It was two very similar performances. The difference was just in front of goal. Forwards' runs were crisper, sharper. There was a little more edge to us in the final third, and that made all the difference. Easily could have been 5-0 in Albuquerque, but when we didn't put them away, then they got to hang around and steal a point from us, or 2 points from us as it would be at the end, which didn't feel very good coming back knowing we had the game and let it slip to a tie. So it's an overtime now, so you got to get it done in 90 minutes, and Sunday night we took care of it.
Coach, looking at the schedule, last season you guys played 9 out-of-conference games and 9 Big 12 games. This season it's 8 and then 10 Big 12 games. Does that affect y'all's preparation at all?
It puts a little more importance on the non-conference games to be ready for Big 12. We've got to have the right schedule. We think we do. We've got some really good opponents coming in here, and we're traveling to Arizona to play 2 Pac-12 teams. So the non-conference schedule has to get us ready for Big 12, and I think this certainly does.
Coach, you said after New Mexico that you wanted more dunks instead of shots. You gave a basketball analogy.
Yeah.
You had like 2 or 3 tap-in goals.
That's right.
Right away. Is that something you saw, you noticed?
Well, it's just, they see it on video and they're thinking the same thing. The players are like, hold on, why are we shooting that when we can take it in and make it such a more high percentage finish? And so certainly crosses in the 6 are pretty high percentage if you get on the end of it. But even the slip pass, Alex Kerr had the composure to dribble the keeper and walk it in. So the one thing I like about that is we did score the goals. We were kind of passing up on those opportunities to dunk it, as I said, in Albuquerque. But the other thing is we hit the crossbar twice from really good shots from distance. Ashley had a volley over the goal in the first minute from distance. So in addition to the ones we scored from in close, we took some great second distance shots and put them on frame as well.
What about Ball State? Are you preparing for it? Anything stand out about those guys?
Yeah, a lot stands out about them, actually. They're very good. It's the unique thing about women's soccer. Like, mid-major teams win the national championship. Between Portland and Santa Clara, they have like 5 national titles between 2 mid-majors. So there is nobody in or outside of the Power 5 that you can't take, seriously. And Ball State's extremely well coached. Love the staff. They take on everybody and anybody. They kind of wear that with pride. And so we know they got a plan for us. And if we're not ready for them, it'll be a long day Thursday. So, the crowd last Sunday was huge, and they were influential in the outcome. We really kind of put New Mexico State on their heels. I felt bad for Coach Bartz. He took the wrath of the West Texas faithful. So if we get another big group out here on Thursday, hopefully we can rattle Ball State a little bit from the bench area as well.
Obviously, Ashley was your leading scorer last year. I don't know necessarily that it was her best performance against New Mexico on Thursday, but how about the bounce back on Sunday to have not only 2 goals but an assist and to be all over the ball?
Yeah, and it shows a lot of maturity on Ashley's part, because as a young player, freshman, sophomore, you have a game where you miss some chances that can really get in your head. She clearly had moved on and was ready to go on Sunday, and that's one of the reasons why she had such a good performance.
When you look at maybe a player like Elise Anderson coming off your bench, how productive has she been in her minutes off the bench? Obviously, she had an assist on Sunday night, but then I thought she was all over the ball also on Thursday, helping to set up chances.
Yeah,
against
she's
New Mexico.
fabulous. Fast as lightning, and it's really tough to deal with Kylie and Elise and Macy all in one game. I'm sure somebody will do it, and then we have to have other answers. We're not pinning all of our hopes on those 3, but they are weapons for us, and Elise has been great. She's really kind of unshakable. She can start, she can play 20, she can play 80, 90, and in all cases is ready to play. I mean, she's a senior. She plays like one.
And how? Go ahead, Jeremy.
Coach, I know it's still early in the season. Have you guys settled on any kind of formation, or do you guys take it kind of week by week?
Oh no, we're a 4-4-2 team for sure, no question. Now we have fallback formations. We have formations when we're trying to kill the game because we're in the lead. Formations that we're trying to get back in the game because we're down. So we all have secondary and third level formations depending on time and score. But our base formation is definitely 4-4-2, and we'll kind of go in and out of a 4-2-3-1 occasionally. But I mean, that's who we are. That's what we trained all spring. It's what we're training now. It's what we used to always play. But quite honestly, personnel dictates the way you can play sometimes, and we didn't feel like we had the outside backs. We didn't really feel like we had the attacking mids to play the box again. And now that we have those players, we're excited to be back in it. It's a learning curve, though. We're not a great box team yet, but we're definitely better than average, and we spent all spring on it. So if we continue in this trend, then we could be a really good box team by the end of the season.
Coach, and when you go to a 4-2-3-1, is there any kind of player you like in that number 10 role?
There's a few candidates, yeah, for that. I think in a 3-1, it's got to be Sam right now. She's our most dynamic kind of creative midfielder. You know, G's dangerous, Bug's dangerous. Peyton's one of the smartest soccer players we've ever had at Texas Tech, and we've got some really good players who can fill that role. I think Sam is the most suited for the 10 right now if we play a true 10.
Anything else?
Good.
I'm good.
Coach, thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys. Appreciate it.